What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing a arrow rebuild. We are taking off some of our old wraps and old fletchings off of our arrows and putting on some new ones. We got these from MOJACK Outdoors. Pretty customized. You can customize them however you want. We went with the orange honeycomb with the white background, and they are pretty shiny. So when you shoot a deer or a hog or axis or whatever, and you're looking for your arrow, you shine your light, the thing will reflect like nobody's business. So let's get this arrow build done, and here we go.
Let's go. Oh, let's go.
Alright, so the first thing we're going to want to do is get the old wraps off of our arrows. So we have a little scraper deal here. It's Allen. And all we're going to do is just kind of take it, scrape off all that old wrap. Let's take off all the fletching. Should end up coming off looking similar to that. And then once we're done doing that to all of them, we will take some alcohol, put it in a paper towel, rub them down real good so that way it gets all the sticky stuff off. And then it'll be time to put the new wraps on and fletch them up. So here we go. Let's get on with that. Got all of our arrows undone, took off all the fletchings, all the wraps. Now we're going to use some alcohol, some paper towels, rub these puppies down, make sure that we get them all cleaned up so that way the next wraps can stick on there real well. Alright, we are on to our last arrow here of scraping off all the glue with the alcohol. Although this isn't the fun part, this is probably one of the quicker parts, just because all you're doing is rubbing the arrow down. You're not having to try to put anything on it, take it off, or anything like that. So you just want to kind of make sure you get it all done, all good. Check it over. Make sure you got all the stuff off. Give it another wipe down, and then move on to the arrow wraps. So let's get into that. Like I said, we got these one stringer arrow wraps. They are awesome. You can fully customize them on their website, and this is by far and in no means a paid advertisement. I bought these with my own money. I don't get paid anything to say anything about these. In my opinion, these are awesome. There's plenty of wraps out there that you can use, but these are fully customizable. You could get camo patterns. You can get people on them if you want to. You can do your own logo. You can do whatever you want, but I simply went with MOJACK Outdoors with the honeycomb pattern in orange. So we'll get these put on our arrows, and then we will get to the fletching part. Let's get into it. So you gotta peel it off, have this little mat, kind of gives you some information as to how to do it, but I've done this before, so I'm not really gonna go into that. But one of these mats definitely helps with the getting your arrows on there straight and getting your wraps on there straight as well. So you're just going to peel this off. Pretty simple. Lay it down, And make sure there's nothing on your wrap pad. Put your wrap down, kind of get it as close to perfect as you can. Which the cool thing about these, I am using 7-inch wraps, and this little spot on the mat is 7 inches perfectly, so they line up perfectly on there. Okay, now again we're using the VAP SS's, and they do have a spine aligned area. If you can, try to line that up as best you can with the crease. Line it up, push down, and roll it out. Kind of give it a roll, and then there we have it. Okay, that is the first one. So we'll get the rest of these done and go from there. All right, well, we got them all wrapped up. They look pretty good. My color scheme on my bow is orange and black. So I kind of went with the orange, black, and white theme on these wraps. But it looks good. So now it is time to move on to the fletching part. We got a new fletching jig. The last time we did this, we used a clamp style one. You can put all your arrows, or you put your arrow in there, and then you put all of the fletches in there, glue them, and then you close it and then clamp it. And I wanted something a little different, but I also didn't want to spend the money on like a bits and burger jig, just in case like I didn't necessarily like what I got. So what I got was this Boning Pro Class jig. Essentially, in my opinion, it's the same thing as a bits and burger. It's just polyplastic instead of metal like the bits and burger jig. But I've used this one time. I tested out an arrow on it. I thought it worked really well. So we are going to get this all fletched up. All right, so now we are moving on to the fletching part. We're using the tack driver 2.25 veins. Again, we're using orange and white. And then we are using the tack glue and the tack primer pin. That's just what I have used to help get these veins to stick really well. A lot of people will say, oh, you can use whatever, but in my opinion, this works the best for the tack veins. So again, we're going to put the vein in here, put a little primer on there, put a little glue on there, and then attach it to the arrow. So let's get working on this, and then we will go from there. Here we go. We are priming the first one, starting with the white. One swipe up, one swipe back. Go with our glue, put a little on, all the way down. Okay. Then we'll attach to our arrow. Get it attached, wipe off any excess glue. Had a little come out here. Move on to the next one. Okay, our next one's going to be an orange one. Do the same thing. Here, primer. And then some glue. Get it on there, give it a little pressure. Make sure it all sticks. Wipe off any glue. Pull it off and continue to repeat the process. All right, well, we are all finished, got them all done. We are pretty much ready to go. We're gonna let them dry overnight, and then tomorrow we're probably gonna shoot, kind of see how they're flying. I could probably go shoot them right now, but we'll give them a little bit of time to dry so that way they don't mess up. But we're ready to go. Deer season will be here before we know it. So I can't wait. We just had a couple of good bucks show up on camera. First ones we've had all year. The rest of them that we've had have been, year and a half old bucks. But these deer are a little more mature, so hopefully they will continue to show up and we can get on them during deer season. All right, well, we are out here gonna test out these 4-fletch arrows and see how they fly. Like I said, this will be the second time I've shot them because I messed with one before. I actually did this and saw how they flew and I liked it, so we're gonna test it out with what we did yesterday. Here we go.